Hi, my name is Gary Eckstein from organicweb.com.au and I'm a Mailchimp Pro partner. Please like this video or subscribe to my channel. I'd very much appreciate it. There are a few very good reasons never to buy an email list and send marketing to a list that you've purchased. I'll go through a few of their reasons, but there are many. Now, the first is, of course, legal. Most spam privacy laws around the world say that you cannot send to people unless you have explicit permission to send from that person to send email marketing to that person. So you can't purchase an email list in that regard because you haven't got explicit permission. Furthermore, the various reputable email marketing tools, for example, Mailchimp says in the terms and conditions you need to follow the rules that you won't use purchased, rented, or third-party lists of email addresses. Campaign Monitor, I bought, rented 100% opt-in list from a reputable list broker. No, you cannot send to them. Constant Contact, you need to have affirmative consent to be able to send to someone, and by purchasing an email list you can't do that. Now, just because an email list seller might say the person's agreed and so on, no, that does not cut it. You have to be able to prove yourself that you have permission to send to that person. But let me go one step further and explain what's going on with what's called a feedback loop. We know that when we send an email that spam filters look for certain things. They look for the words we use. Is there enough text? They look for many things. One of the things they look at is that you, as the sender, are you a reputable sender? So all of our domains have a reputation score, and the score ranges, it varies, but between -10 and +10. So we all start at 0 with a new domain. As time goes on, as people open, click, if we're a good sender, our score goes up, 1, 2, 3. As soon as people manually start marking our emails as spam, we go down, -1, -2, -3. So for example, if we're a -3, our domain reputation score, a spam filter will look and go, okay, the content looks okay, the words are okay, but you know what? This person has been marked too many times as a spammer. Therefore, just send it to spam. Don't allow it through. This is hugely important. So, just explain a little bit further. Sorry, it's quite a complex topic, and I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible. So again, as I've mentioned, each time someone opens an email, each time it's clicked, each time someone marks it as spam, and what I mean by that is it's got through the spam filter, but the person has manually then moved the message to junk or spam. All those things are sent back to these central repositories such as Cisco Talos. All the various email systems send back data saying I received this, an email from this domain and it was marked as spam or whatever. It aggregates, Talos aggregates it, creates a score and sends the reputation back to the various spam filters. And then the filters can look and say, okay, so I received a message from this domain, its reputation is whatever, let it through, or wait a second, it's pretty bad reputation, don't let it through. So as soon as you have an email list, of course, a lot of people are going to be marking you as a spammer. As soon as that happens, your reputation goes down, -1, -2, -3, and then none of your emails, even your legitimate inter-office emails, will get through spam filters, and it's very hard to recover from that. I'll demonstrate with my own domain name what I'm looking at. So let me just show you in Talos. Now I'm obviously a very small company in the big scheme of things. My email reputation, and by the way, you can go to Talos Intelligence and do this for your own domain. It's not showing an email reputation at the moment, which is absolutely fine. I'm a very small sender. It has a separate web reputation. Mine is favorable, which is good. So that's great. My email volume is obviously very small. I'm, on the big scheme of things, a tiny sender. And very importantly, I'm not added to any block lists. So that's good. What we look at as when we look down here is we can see various IP addresses that send my email. So we have a domain name, you and I. When we send an email, we send through a provider. I send my email marketing through Mailchimp, for example. I send my, let's call them normal emails, through Google. So whether my email gets through spam filters, besides those various other things, the words used, etc., reputation is on my domain. What is my reputation? organicweb.com.au, sorry. And what is the reputation of the server I'm sending from? So it's really important to use high quality senders. And this is why Mailchimp's so popular, for example. They are, have very good reputation, as Google does, for example, very good reputation, and using them is probably your safest bet. Well, there are other very good providers as well, Outlook, etc., etc. So it relies on the reputation of our domain plus the server's domain that we're sending from, whether that's Mailchimp's, whether it's Constant Contacts, whatever. Okay. So if we have a good reputation, our provider has a bad reputation, well, our emails aren't getting through spam filters. And this is why often if you use a shared hosting provider and you use shared hosting email, it's really not a good idea, because there might be any number of other emails being sent that are getting marked as spam, and it actually hurts your delivery rates too. This brings me to why Mailchimp, for example, care about the number of what they call abuse reports. This is the number of people that have marked you as a spammer. Mailchimp have a tolerance of 0.1%. So if more than 0.1% of the emails you send are marked as spam, they usually get you to agree to the terms and conditions again, and then might ask you to take your business elsewhere. This is because they're trying to protect the reputation of their servers. Because if you send spam, your emails are marked as spam, it hurts your domain, plus it hurts the server that you're sending from, in the case described, Mailchimp. So Mailchimp do not want customers that are being marked as spammers, that are purchasing lists, because people haven't given permission, they very often mark emails as spam. Your reputation goes down and your provider's reputation goes down. So again, very complex topic, but hopefully I've made a little bit more sense of it. If you purchase a list, you're probably breaching spam laws, terms and conditions of reputable senders. Furthermore, you're hurting your own domain, because the more times, anytime your emails you send, more than 0.1%, 1 out of 1,000 of those emails, if they manually marked as spam by the recipient, it hurts your domain score, your domain reputation, which means that your future emails will automatically go to spam. Thanks for joining me. Please leave comments if you have any questions about this in the comments. Subscribe to my channel. I'm Gary from organicweb.com.au.